Hi guys, today we're going to react to The Day Of by NIGHTWISH. It's been a long while. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from Tabitha. Thank you, Tabitha, for bringing us back to NIGHTWISH and for your ongoing support. Much appreciated.
Tabitha, one of our biggest supporters, and we appreciate you. And thank you for bringing us back to Nightwish. It's been a long ass time. Let's do it.
A new virus has now been discovered. You may be infected by mundane groceries.
In an unprecedented turn of events, astronomers have recalculated the flight
Several
path
people
windows
have been evacuated from the site, but approximately
Take shelter, skies are humming, Armageddon second coming, War of the Worlds, the end of history. Take shelter, floods are rising, the wrath of thunder is drumming, end of days for mankind and for your kin. Fill those empty moments, fear more, in this grave new world of 84, fast death, last breath, AI to kill us all. Horse waste, covering London, Martians among us, Y2K, horde all aboard, the end is near. Fear of the well-known, keep us safe. Too many for mother, drops will burn, so why bother? A new street sends you back into your cave. Stay away, cover up, fear the words, feeding humanity. Hide the unshot guns and the crippled dances.
I didn't expect this music video. It caught me off guard. It's like they collaborated with Tim Burton and David Fincher to convey this idea, and Stanley Kubrick. Don't think I didn't notice that. The subject matter deals with a saying on the apocalypse, like a prophecy or something like that. That's like it's happening now. And they're using almost the same thematic idea behind the scenes in Clockwork Orange, where Malcolm McDowell's character is being brainwashed and they force his eyes open and they clean his eyes so he can watch violent acts, so he gets schooled on getting an aversion from performing violent acts. But in here, it's different because nobody's forcing the zombie people to watch the screen. And I think there's a criticism here on the cell phone addicted or media addicted generation that are just like zombies, like sheep, getting their minds poisoned by the media, which will eventually lead to their destruction, to our destruction. There's a lot to unwrap here. This is the first thing that came to mind because it was so accentuated. Aside from that, the song is awesome. I love this NIGHTWISH, what they've become. This is a relatively recent song. I'm loving it.
I guess both the subject matter and the music video kind of feels like in some way a continuation from, I don't know if it was the last song we covered from them, but we covered this on our 300th episode. Noise was the song, and it had a music video that was also this kind of a social criticism, perhaps a global criticism of where we are right now and where we are headed. This does talk about Armageddon, a second coming, the end of the world, because this is kind of what we are doing to ourselves. Before we get into that though, yes, musically, fantastic. Because of the music video, it almost feels like something you could see on stage, like as a musical. That kind of beat that it has going for it, it felt like Floor was performing it in that way. Just amazing. You termed as the zombie people, I thought was people affected by something, potentially nuclear fallout or anything else. The way the world is going, it could be anything, but it felt like a world that is like drying up. Their skin was all dry, and what she was doing is basically putting some kind of liquid into their eyes so they'd be able to see, it felt like. All the references you mentioned are definitely there, and this kind of puts it all together and goes beyond because it mentions everything. Floods are rising, end of days for mankind and for your kin. In this new world of 84. 84, I believe, is a reference to Orwell's 1984. Big Brother manipulating people. This is really what is happening. Fast death, last breath, AI to kill us all. So AI to kill us all obviously takes you straight to Terminator as well. But the situation today with AI and everybody thinking, not everybody, a lot of people thinking this is not going the right way, not taking us down the right path. This is going to be another layer to add to our destruction, which we've been doing for however long now.
The concerning part is not that people are thinking that AI is going to bring to our destruction, is who's thinking that? And you'll find a lot of people that have to do with building the AI algorithm saying that this is not going to go well. So we should listen.
And that chorus, we are the ill-starred kids of your junkyard. That's an awesome description. It's the day of. It's saying that this generation or this era is potentially the worst it's ever been, and this is a sign of where we're going. I think this is what the song is saying. This band, Symphonic Metal, as I've stated before, was never really one of my favorite subgenres of metal, but especially with NIGHTWISH and a few other bands, I've really liked it. This is a testament to Tomas's massive talent with songwriting and composition. I believe that this is his work because it's just so familiar from things that he's written in the past. And especially to me, it kind of hits a nerve because I also agree and believe that, we're not heading in the right direction. So yeah, this is just kind of reiterates that for me.
In the second verse, there's a few lines there that just blew me away. We are too many for our mother. Crops will burn, so why bother? A new strain sent you back into your cave. Too many for our mother. Mother Nature is getting pissed off at us, so she creates viruses to kill us, and she creates natural disasters to get us starving and take us back to reset mode, to live in caves. We so poetically deserve it, what they're saying. Even if things could get better, there is a place to entertain the idea that we don't deserve it to get better. We should go back to living in caves. I love it and fear it at the same time.
The second verse, purgatory, same old story, cower before a caliphate glory. The big reed of today will gallow you, keep you small. Here's a million ropes for the hangman. Nightmare cavalcade for the sandman. Mind virus, fear the well-known, not fear the unknown, fear the well-known. So it's like we already know it's not unknown, but we need to fear it, and perhaps we do, perhaps we don't. It's religion, it's politics, it's few people influencing a whole lot of people, and all in the wrong way. I think that's kind of where this is kind of pointing to.
It's resonating because it's always the same objective of those people who influence. It's control. We want to control our minds.
1984.
Yeah, and it's becoming a synonym for evil. If you want to control something that bad, and you'll pay any price to control people and to herd them into fulfilling your sinister endeavors, that's synonymous with evil. You can't see past your own desires.
And there's an interesting reference in the chorus to due date. Something about past the due date. I'm not exactly sure as to the reference, but it said so many times past the due date. I'm not sure if he's saying the end should have come before. We managed to push that line a little bit at a time, but eventually it's going to catch up with us and we're all going to be gone.
Yeah, well, I won't be surprised if the due date that they mean has to do with the AI's singularity, when AI will become self-aware. That's a date that has been discussed. I don't remember the date, but where people predict when AI will become self-aware, and from that moment on, it will be too late. We can't even pull the plug. There's no saving us after that.
There's also a reference in there to Y2K, and that was a prediction that didn't happen. So I don't know. It's interesting.
It was a form of scare tactic when you look at it in hindsight. something interesting about their expressions that makes me think thematically about what they're saying. It's not that people are indifferent or they don't think about what's going to happen or are unaware that it's all going to end bad. They are. They're very aware, but they're so connected to the teat, so to speak, of the current lifestyle. They're just rendered frozen. Can't look away, can't stop their current lifestyle, and they're just all on that train headed towards that brick wall. That's what those expressions mean to me.
And the fact that they've never heard of moisturizer.
Yeah, that too. It's a problem there in Finland. You gotta get it moisturized.
But all those figures that seemed either turned to stone or burnt or whatever, that kind of took me back to Terminator as well with that scene. You know, that potentially this is after some kind of a nuclear disaster or something similar. It's interesting, there's so much in this that it would take a very, very long episode or several repeat viewings to really get into everything. But I thought it was also interesting that the choir that we heard there were singing with a British accent. I'm not sure why that is. Some sort of an English choir?
It popped into my mind why they did it that way, and the only thing that could explain it, to me at least, is a reference or a nod to The Wall, Pink Floyd.
That's what I was thinking. So if we both thought that, maybe that is that. It's speaking to different topics completely, I guess, or not completely, but somewhat. And Pink Floyd, British band, and it's like Nightwish are not. I was wondering, maybe it is. Maybe that sort of choir section was supposed to resemble that. There's a lot of maybe homages in this one to different things, as you mentioned, cinema, music, literature, and otherwise. So
yeah, if you want to connect the eras, back then they tried to stop the kids to be indoctrinated by the adults. Teachers leave them kids alone. Possibly what we're seeing now is those kids that were never left alone. Now they're zombies.
There was an interesting section as far as the lyrics there. It's a long road to a dream world, all the pain and suffering to feel for. It's there, but yours is an empty sermon. To me, that sounds like it's almost saying there is a way out. We can recover for this. There is a way to get to a positive ending, but it's a long road. It's there, but what people are preaching right now in the direction that the world is going is an empty sermon. That's the wrong one. You're preaching the wrong way. That's what it sounds like. I'm not 100% sure about it yet. Still trying to get my head around it.
No. Well, empty sermon means that whoever the narrator is can see through the vapidness of the sermon, that there's no purpose for that sermon. Maybe that's what empty means. Not that it's wrong, but that the objective is meaningless at the end of the line. If we're all doomed, then there's no point for that sermon.
Yeah, that whatever is being preached right now is not the way. But it's a long road to a dream world means that dream world can be attained. It can be reached. Thomas's lyrics tend to be very, very deep and not exactly cryptic, but there is potential interpretations.
Yeah, keen-eyed members of our audience would gather a guess that we like to talk about apocalypse. This is apocalyptic scenarios. Sorry.
Very cool.
I'm curious as to why they chose to show the people floating into space. And I'm kind of toying with the notion that maybe it's about SpaceX. Because a while back, Neil deGrasse Tyson said about Elon Musk that he's putting so much effort on trying to find ways to go to other planets, to terraform or whatever, to fulfill his initiatives there. But if you're building the technology to make another planet livable, why not invest it here? So I'm kind of wondering if what they showed here, because they could have shown a lot of things. They could have shown people floating into a fiery hell or something, but they chose to show them floating into space. Like everything here is getting demolished and destroyed, and we're looking to go to outer space. Like in my mind, it's like to infect another planet because we behave like a virus. Also, the people with their fists up, they're all like desaturated, the color scheme, except for that red rose. I wonder what that means because it's not there by accident.
Yeah, there was a lot there. There was talk about man-shaped evil walking among us, never-ending doom porn. That last line in that section said, hide the unshot guns, the end is fear, not the end is near. So obviously it refers to fear-mongering as well, that everybody's trying to get people to act according to fear and respond in that way. I think that's really what the song is about. It's about using fear as a method for control. So all the themes and the little subjects, whether about things that have already happened or things that are happening, I think are kind of all to emphasize that and to bring us back to that. Very, very, very cool, as Nightwish always tend to be. So musically, it's fantastic. What an awesome song. So powerful. You get the visual with this amazing music video and the lyrics that are just awesome. So it's a trifecta. So we could probably talk about this forever, but we don't have a 2-hour episode. So I would just like to say thank you again to Tabitha for this request, bringing us back to Nightwish, and a very, very interesting one at that. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. We appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Tabitha, for this amazing Nightwish request. We enjoyed reacting to this song very much. More like this would be much appreciated, and thank you for all your support. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you get notified on all our future videos. If you have a song in mind you'd like us to react to, please make your request through BuyMeACoffee. The link is at the top of the description below. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
As always, our Nightwish reactions playlist should be up on the screen sometime about now. Give it a click, check it out. There's a lot of awesome stuff there. Thank you guys for all the support coming our way. We appreciate you all so much. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks again, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.